6:14 on this Thursday. In today's business report, Netflix reveals more details about that password sharing crackdown.
And a Southwest executive will offer up an explanation for the holiday travel meltdown. Jane King is live at the NASDAQ with these stories for us. Good morning, Jane.
Hi, Wanda Nicole. Good morning. Yes, the Southwest airline executive will be on the hot seat today in Capitol Hill. So the executive is expected to tell Congress they messed up in the holiday travel meltdown. Now, the head of the pilots union also expected to testify that the carrier was warned about the outdated technology. Well, Netflix laid out more plans to crack down on password sharing for accounts, including setting up a primary location and then paying several dollars for an extra member. Now, the video streaming giant estimates about 100 million people around the world use a shared account, and it said that members can now easily manage who has access to the account, transfer profiles to a new account, and still easily watch Netflix on their personal devices or a TV. Well, the rollout of Google's highly anticipated ChatGPT rival Bard turned into a $100 billion embarrassment. Now, the AI chatbot spit out inaccurate information in a company advertisement. So shares of Google parent company Alphabet down 7.5%. It's about $100 billion in market value as social media users reacted to that flub. And stocks slid yesterday. Corporate earnings were a worry, continued higher interest rates as well. But today, lots of momentum to the upside. We're pointing almost 300 points higher in the Dow for the start today. Live from the NASDAQ market site, I'm Jane King. Back to you.
All right.